video or something that I just want to have a play around with something. So if I'm having a play around with something, I might as well make a video of it. Oh, we've got cobwebs on the cooker. We really do need to clean the kitchen. So I have cooked some pinto beans and I have kept the cooking liquid. And what I want to do is I want like beans and chicken. But the difficult kind of thing is, well, I kind of thought, oh, we'll cook the beans in some chicken stock. And beans and things are best off, I have found, beans and chickpeas and those type of things are better off cooked in water. If you try and cook them in something else like a sauce or something that's a little bit gelatinous, like a stock, they don't want to cook as well. So I was and also if we're cooking beans, we don't want any salt in the liquid, otherwise they toughen up and they take longer to cook. So I was kind of thinking, well, I wanted some beans and some chicken, so we'll kind of have to do it the other way around. We can't cook the beans in some chicken stock, we'll have to cook the beans and then cook the chicken in the bean cooking liquid. I would have preferred, I'll just get it, hang on. So I would have preferred like a clear cooking liquid. So I've cooked some chickpeas today for another project. So that cooking liquid is clear. I would have preferred the cooking liquid to be clear, but I've got some pinto beans that I need using up. So we're using pinto beans. So cooking liquid and then chicken, which is almost defrosted. There's still a little bit frozen, but as long as we cook it gently, it'll be fine. And it's chicken thighs and, well, it's chicken legs, so it's drumsticks and thighs. That needs to just carefully go there. I've got the chicken on my hands still, so wash my hands to get rid of that chicken and then dry them off. So yeah, I would have preferred like a clear liquid, so it's like a clear kind of stock, but that's not going to happen, is it? So that's that. Hacking on that. So the chickpea is something else. So now we can season this with some. This is rock salt, but I've pounded it, so it's easily it melts a lot easier. So if you're cooking things that cook quickly, you don't really kind of want rock salt. You want the fine salt. But the only problem with fine salt, like a table salt, is it's got caking agents and other things. It is pure salt, but a rock salt's got minerals in as well, which is better for you. So I don't know why I fancied this. Maybe I kind of thought it would just be nice to have like a bake. Yeah, so what I do is I make jars of like a stewy type of thing. So vegetables and chicken and ginger and chili and sun-dried tomatoes and beans on top of that. And it's cooked in chicken stock. And it's very nice. Cook the beans first, obviously, and then cook it all together in a jar. And it's all very kind of quite nice. But I was eating it the other night and I kind of thought, oh, actually I just kind of quite fancied the beans and the chicken out of it. So I suppose that's where it kind of comes from, what I'm going to be playing around with. So that, gently up to the boil, and then we'll simmer it away gently because don't want to boil it, and it's chicken legs, so they need longer, slower cooking rather than breasts. And then we'll add the beans back into it and kind of give it a taste. But it might be kind of like a base for something else if I wanted to then kind of add some vegetables to it. But I just kind of think it'd be kind of quite just a nice thing to eat as long as it's well kind of seasoned. I have got some chili and some ginger, but they're for another project, so I probably won't be using those. Let's just go with the chicken and the beans, I think. So this is interesting. The chicken has slightly clarified the cooking liquid. It looks like all the sediment that was making it cloudy has clung to the juices that have come out of the chicken. So I wonder if we can strain this and get rid of the cloudy bits, and so we'll have like a clearer broth. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to pick this chicken out, I'm going to put it through this sieve, so hopefully then the sediment will be left in the bottom of the pan with the cooking liquid, and then we'll be able to strain that through a bit of cloth and get rid of the sediment. We might need to wash the chicken in the stock and then repeat the process with the stock, but we might just get it clear, which will be more of what I want. But anyway, so I'll carry on doing this and I'll be back when we put it through a cloth. Right, so chicken's out. The cooking liquor looks kind of quite clear. So let's pour it through this bit of cloth, and then the clear liquid will go through and the sediment will be left behind. Let's just give a quick rinse out of that pan. Yeah, I will rinse it out. I won't lose in too much kind of goodness there. And then put the chicken back in the pan. This is me faffing around. And then let's have a look at this liquid underneath here. Ah, that's nice and clear. Now there will still be a little bit of sediment on the chicken, because as we pulled it out, it'll stuck to the chicken. So well, what we can do is, once we've drained this liquid through, so you'll see, I'll do it that way, that'll be fine. So as you can see, that liquid is now nice and clear, and we have captured the sediment in the bottom of there. That'll take a little while to go through, but what I'll do is I'll put that liquid over the chicken and repeat the process. So we'll pick out any more bits of rogue sediment, and then it'll, and then we'll pass it through the liquid through the cloth again, and then we'll have a nice clear liquid like that, and it'll look a lot better when we cook the chicken. We won't have kind of lost any kind of flavour because it's impurities of a sort, but that won't take too long to go through. So we'll do that, and then we'll carry on cooking the chicken, and then let's actually give that a taste now. See what it tastes like. It's pretty good, is that? It's pretty good. It needs a bit more salt. Needs a bit more salt. Like that much more salt, which seems like a lot, but it's quite a lot of chicken. So we'll repeat the process, and then we'll be back when everything's cooked and to finish off. Looks pretty clear, doesn't it? Doesn't it? You know, certainly putting it through a cloth has made a world of difference. I don't think that would have worked on the just the cooking liquid from the beans. I think we had to cook the chicken in the cooking liquor to make it what we got, to make it clarify like that. So bring that back up to temperature. It's not, these beans need seasoning. So the chicken's tender, but the beans need seasoning. So if you put those beans in there like that, they're going to suck seasoning out of that cooking liquid. Well, almost chicken stock now, so we need to season that. That'll be about right. And then just simmer those beans in that for 10 minutes, and then we'll take on the flavour of the chicken cooking liquor. I need a spoon. There we go. So that in there like that. Like that. And then we're going to see, oh, I did mean to look up what beans are mostly made of. I think it's mostly protein. And I think if people are wanting to eat more protein and less carbohydrates, I think it's kind of quite difficult to make things taste nice. But I think chicken and beans like that, cooked like that, with a simple seasoning, that thing, I've got beans stuck in my throat now, would be a really good thing to kind of like eat if you were wanting to cut down the carbs and still feel full up. But I'll have a look at that. There's obviously some beans that have got more protein than others. But anyway, so back up to the boil, slow simmer, 10 minutes, make sure everything's nice and tender and all the flavours are combined. We'll re-season at the end and I'll give it a taste, but I think it's going to be really nice. Right, so we really shouldn't be having beans in a high protein, low carbohydrate diet, according to the internet. So, how's it taste? Out of curiosity. I think it's going to be delicious. So, chicken, beans and a bit of juice. Let's taste the juice first, and then we'll know if the seasoning's correct. Yes, seasoning's correct. So therefore, it should taste, the chicken and the beans should taste just as well seasoned. Need more pepper. and it needs a bit more salt, but that's delicious. That's delicious. Well, there's no chicken stock in there either. So, there we go. That's kind of quite interesting from my point of view. And I'll probably lead somewhere else. So therefore, a success.